What if I told you that the fruit tree you spent years babying, watering, pruning, and protecting, is actually one of the least efficient things in your garden? And that something half its size, asking for almost nothing, is quietly outproducing it by 10 times? Most gardeners walk right past these plants at the nursery. Some even pull them out thinking they are weeds. But the ones who know? They are eating fresh food from spring all the way into winter while their neighbors are still waiting on one tree to ripen. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you are going to look at your garden completely differently. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the place where we grow more, spend less, and figure out smarter ways to feed ourselves without losing our minds or our money in the process. If you are new here, so glad you found us. This channel is built for real gardeners, people working with real budgets, real space, and real soil. And if you have been here before, you already know we do not waste your time. So let us get right into it. Before we dive in, if you find value in what we share here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you never miss a video. It is completely free and it honestly means the world to this little channel. Now let us talk about these tiny powerhouses hiding in plain sight. Now I want you to picture two neighbors. One of them planted a fruit tree about 5 years ago. Big investment, good intentions, and every single season since then he has been out there fertilizing, spraying, pruning, and waiting. Last summer he got a decent harvest. Maybe enough fruit to fill 2 baskets. The other neighbor? She planted a handful of small bushes along her fence line 3 years ago. Spent almost nothing. Did very little. And last season alone she harvested enough to eat fresh, freeze portions, and still give some away to friends. Same climate. Same general soil. Completely different results. So what is she growing? That is exactly what we are getting into today. Segment 1, Why fruit trees are not always the smartest choice. Let us be honest here. Fruit trees are beautiful and there is absolutely a place for them in the garden. But they come with a long list of demands that most people do not fully think through before planting. First, most fruit trees take anywhere from 3 to 7 years before they produce anything worth harvesting. That is years of care with nothing coming back. Second, they take up serious space. A single apple or pear tree can shade out a huge section of your garden, blocking sunlight from everything around it. Third, the yield tends to come all at once. One massive rush of fruit in a short window, and if you are not ready to process it fast, a good chunk goes to waste on the ground. Now compare that to productive shrubs. These are plants that begin fruiting in their very first or second year. They grow in compact spaces. They spread their harvest across weeks or even months rather than dumping everything on you in one go. And most of them are hardy enough to handle neglect, poor soil, and shifting weather in ways that would stress a fruit tree considerably. This is not about bashing fruit trees. It is about showing you what is possible when you think smaller and smarter. Segment 2, The bushes that change everything. Let us get into the actual plants. And I want you to pay attention here because some of these are going to sound familiar, but the way we are thinking about them today is going to feel completely new. Honeyberries. Most people have never heard of honeyberries, and that is honestly their loss. Also known as haskap, these cold-hardy shrubs are among the very first fruits to ripen each year. While most of your garden is just waking up, honeyberries are already setting fruit. In many climates, you'll be harvesting in late spring, sometimes even earlier, long before strawberries or blueberries are ready. The berries themselves are deep blue, almost dusty looking, and slightly elongated in shape. The flavor is unique, like a blueberry crossed with a grape, with just enough tang to make them refreshing rather than overly sweet. They're fantastic fresh off the bush, but they also shine in smoothies, jams, and even baked goods. Nutritionally, honeyberries are powerhouse fruits. They're packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, and other beneficial compounds that support overall health. And the best part? They're incredibly low maintenance. Once established, a single bush can produce several pounds of fruit each season. Give them full sun, well-drained soil, and make sure you plant at least 2 compatible varieties for cross-pollination. After that, they pretty much take care of themselves, quietly delivering one of the earliest and easiest harvests of the year. Gooseberries. Gooseberries are one of those plants that gardeners either overlook completely or treat like a secret weapon. Once you grow them, you understand why. They're incredibly productive, surprisingly resilient, and far more adaptable than most fruiting shrubs. Unlike many berries that demand full sun all day, gooseberries are perfectly happy in partial shade, which makes them ideal for those awkward garden corners where other crops struggle. The plants themselves are hardy and dependable. They tolerate cooler climates well, handle pruning without complaint, and once established, require very little maintenance beyond basic care. In return, they reward you generously. A single well-placed bush can yield several kilograms of fruit in a season. The berries range from green to red to deep purple depending on the variety, and their flavor is bright, tangy, and refreshing. That tartness makes them incredibly versatile. They're excellent fresh if fully ripe, but they truly shine in jams, pies, sauces, and preserves where their natural acidity balances sweetness beautifully. For a low-effort plant that performs year after year, gooseberries are hard to beat. Currants, both red and black. If you want something that produces reliably year after year without demanding much from you, currants deserve a serious look. These compact shrubs are incredibly efficient use of space, making them perfect for small gardens or even tight backyard borders. Once established, they're tough, cold-hardy, and far less fussy than many popular berries. Black currants in particular are true nutritional powerhouses. They contain more vitamin C per gram than oranges, which surprises most people the first time they hear it. They're also rich in antioxidants and have a deep, bold flavor that works beautifully in juices, syrups, jams, and even homemade herbal teas. Red currants, on the other hand, are slightly milder and bring a bright, jewel-like beauty to the garden. Their translucent clusters almost glow in the sunlight and make stunning additions to desserts and preserves. Both types grow quickly, often fruiting by their second year, and with basic pruning and decent soil, they can continue producing heavily for decades. They tolerate partial shade, handle cooler climates well, and quietly become one of the most dependable plants in the entire garden. Jostaberries. Now this one is genuinely uncommon, and that is what makes it so interesting. A jostaberry is a natural cross between a gooseberry and a black currant. It has the size and vigor of the gooseberry and the flavor depth of the currant. The berries are large, dark, and incredibly productive. The bush itself is thornless, which makes harvesting a much more pleasant experience than dealing with a gooseberry on a bad day. Very few people plant these, and that is a mistake because they are remarkably easy and remarkably generous. Aronia, also called chokeberry. The name alone puts people off, and that is a shame. Aronia is one of the most productive and nutritionally dense shrubs you can put in a garden. The berries are small and dark and intensely rich in antioxidants, ranking higher than almost any other commonly grown fruit. Fresh off the bush they are quite astringent, which is why most people prefer them juiced, dried, or mixed into smoothies. But the plant itself is almost indestructible. It handles wet soil, dry soil, full sun, and partial shade. A mature aronia bush can produce massive quantities of fruit every single year with almost zero intervention from you. Real quick, if you are watching this and thinking, why did nobody tell me about these plants sooner, go ahead and drop a comment below. Tell me which one surprised you the most. And if you have not subscribed yet, now is a really good time to do that. We put out videos like this regularly and you do not want to miss what is coming next. Segment 3. How these bushes actually outproduce fruit trees. Let us talk numbers for a moment because this is where it really starts to click. A standard apple tree in its prime might give you anywhere from 50 to 150 pounds of fruit in a good year. Sounds impressive until you consider that it took 5 or more years to get there. it occupies a large footprint in your garden, and everything comes at once in a very narrow window. Now take 6 productive shrubs planted in that same footprint. Honeyberries fruiting in late spring. Gooseberries are coming in early summer. Red currants peaking mid-summer. Black currants follow right behind. Aronia carrying through into late summer. Jostaberries bridging the gaps. Suddenly you have continuous harvests from late spring through early autumn. Multiple varieties. Multiple flavors. Spread out in a way that is manageable and enjoyable rather than overwhelming. And the total combined yield from those 6 bushes? In established plants it is not uncommon to exceed what a single fruit tree produces, sometimes by a wide margin, while using the same amount of space and asking for far less in terms of care and maintenance. That is the 10 times more food idea made practical. It is not always about a single bush outperforming a single tree pound for pound. It is about using your space intelligently, staggering your harvests, and choosing plants that produce reliably from early in their lives rather than making you wait half a decade for results. Segment 4, Getting Started Without Spending a Lot. This is the part that fits right at the heart of what earthly gardening is all about. Because all of this is meaningless if it costs a fortune to get going. The good news is that most of these shrubs are genuinely affordable to start. Many nurseries sell young bare root plants during dormant season for very little money, and bare root is how experienced gardeners prefer to buy them anyway because the plants establish quickly and the savings are real. If you want to spend even less, look into local gardening groups and plant swaps. Currants and gooseberries in particular are easy to propagate from cuttings, and many experienced gardeners have more cuttings than they know what to do with. A small amount of networking in your local gardening community can get you several plants for nothing more than a conversation. When it comes to soil preparation, these shrubs are forgiving. They do not need rich, heavily amended beds the way vegetables do. A basic dig, some compost worked in, and decent drainage is genuinely enough to get started. Mulching around the base after planting will hold moisture, suppress weeds, and slowly improve the soil beneath as it breaks down. That single step alone reduces your ongoing maintenance dramatically. Spacing matters too. Give each bush enough room to breathe and fill out over time. Planting too close is one of the most common mistakes, and it leads to poor airflow, increased disease pressure, and reduced yields. Check the recommended spacing for each variety and resist the urge to crowd them just because they look small at planting time. They will not stay small for long. Segment 5, The Long Game and Why It Pays Off. Here is something worth sitting with for a moment. Every single shrub we talked about today is a long-term investment. Not in the stressful sense, but in the genuinely exciting sense. You plant them once. You give them a decent start. And then year after year, often for decades, they come back and they produce. Currants can live and fruit productively for 20 years or more with basic care. Gooseberries are similar. Aronia is practically generational. These are not plants you replace every season. They are not an annual expense. They are a one-time decision that keeps paying you back in food, in color, in wildlife habitat, and in the quiet satisfaction of walking through your garden and picking something fresh with your own hands. That is the kind of gardening this channel exists to encourage. Not expensive. Not complicated. Not dependent on perfect conditions or a large budget. Just thoughtful choices made once, maintained lightly, and enjoyed for a long time. If this video gave you something new to think about or something new to plant, please give it a like before you go. It genuinely helps this channel reach more gardeners who could use this kind of information. And if you have questions about any of these shrubs, drop them in the comments. I read everything and I love hearing what you are all growing out there. For returning viewers, thank you for continuing to show up. And for anyone who is new, welcome properly. Stick around. There is a lot more where this came from. Until next time, keep it growing and keep it simple.